Welcome to the Just Being Frank Show, the realest sports talk show on YouTube, giving fans a real-life perspective on sports and entertainment.
You knew better, you do better. Who do it better?
Get. Top of the morning, afternoon, night, depending on where you at. It's the Puppet Hustle Do the Most, and we're about to do the most on this live right here. Because, man, I don't know. I want to hear from y'all. What you think? How did you like it? The new look Indiana Fever with Caitlin playing off the ball, basically playing small forward in the starting lineup. We got to talk about it. Oh, we got to break it down, man. First, we're going to go over a few of these stats that I got up here. We're going to go over a few of these. Make sure we hit the like button and all that good stuff, man. This is ridiculous. I can't believe what I just seen. Caitlin Clark, again, if she coming back and she 100%, she should play more than 24 minutes. But I guess 24 minutes, 4 for 12 from shooting, and all that good stuff. -7, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. How do you start Ari McDonald? Listen, I love Ari McDonald. But you don't, hold on, let me take this down. Let's get big screen. You don't start Ari McDonald when you got Caitlin Clark back. Caitlin Clark don't need another point guard on the floor. Now, if you do that lineup here and there in between in the game at times, understandable. Starting the game and benching Lexi Hall? Are you kidding me? You got to be shitting me. Listen, I love Ari McDonald and everything she brings to the table. That's why, to me, she's even better suited coming off the bench, 6-man off the bench with a spark. You got Caitlin Clark, and you got Ari McDonald coming in to relieve Caitlin Clark of point guard duties, not play point guard with point guard, confusing the team. It was one time Kelsey Pistol Mitchell was taking the ball out underneath the hoop, and Ari McDonald was right there in front of her face, and Caitlin Clark was up ahead a little bit, and she threw it over to Caitlin Clark like, nah, homie, I know Stephanie White said you, but no. And Caitlin Clark went right down and dropped the dime to Natasha Howard. But we got to talk about all of this. Natasha Howard looks abysmal out there. She doesn't look like nothing that she looked like when Caitlin Clark was out. Kelsey Pistol Mitchell, now all of a sudden, she not on her game. Since Caitlin Clark on her game came out, now people don't want to be on her game. But let me tell you, let's break this game down. Make sure we hit the like button. Let's break the game down. First quarter come out, Caitlin Clark looking like Caitlin Clark. She does what she normally does and get her feet inside the paint. She got inside the paint, got off the square, knocked down the mid-range. Easy money. Next play, what did she do? She drove hard like she was going to the basket. Stop, back up, step back, Jake, boy, 3 times. Nothing but the bottoms. Then she got the ball and attacked the rack, made the defense collapse, caught Natasha Howard on the cut. Buckets. Caitlin Clark was in her rhythm. She was in her zone. Things were looking good for us. And what do you know? She gets subbed out the game immediately. Now, if you're going to do minute restriction, okay, but there's certain times and points when you leave a player alone. When you see they got the team going and you just started getting going, the game just started. So she ain't even really even got no wind up under her yet. She's cooking. We're cooking. And then you take her out. You leave her out. Next thing you know, they scramble back into the game. They get back into the game because now we don't have no scoring. The offense isn't fluid any longer. And they get right back into the game. Then we put Caitlin Clark back in the game. Now she cold and trying to find her rhythm. but she ended up getting back in her rhythm, and we go up 9. Then she takes her out again. Soon as Kaylin Clark got back in her rhythm that she was in the first quarter, she takes her out again. And when she puts her back in, now we're down 9. We're down 9 when Kaylin Clark comes back in the game. Now, not only does she put her back in, now that we're down 9, Kaylin Clark is playing the 2 guard off the ball, standing in the corner. We're not getting no movement. They go up 15. Now Stephanie White decides, okay, Clark, you're back on the ball. You're the primary ball handler. And what do? We close the gap, and we down 5. She takes her back out of the game. What happens? They go on a run. They go on a run, and they start spanking our ass. Fourth quarter comes. We down 13. Fourth quarter comes. Kaylin Clark still has not entered the game. Fourth quarter starts at the 10-minute mark. We watch 9-minute mark go down. We down 15. We watch 8-minute mark go by. We down 17. I told my son, I said, what is it? Are they waiting until we down 20 to put her back in the fourth quarter and think she's supposed to bring us back? This is Wild Bill. Okay, so that's what Kaylin had going against her. That's what Kaylin had going against her. Playing a 2. Shout out to Grump, Texas. Shout out to everybody in the chat. But playing the 2, right? Having to deal with the coach playing this way, that way, taking her out as soon as she getting warmed up, she getting ready. Because she came out balling. She hit the mid-range, and she hit the 3, and she dropped off to Natasha Howard. We was rolling, and then she got took out the game. I'm like, what the fuck? Let her cook. Instead, you're going to do minute restriction. At least give her time to get acclimated back into playing basketball, will ya? Huh? Can she at least do that? What's the point of you starting her? Which it seemed like you really didn't want to, because the fact that you started Ari McDonald with Kaylin Clark, as if Kaylin Clark needs help running the point guard. That's so disrespect. And you sent Lexi Hall? What? So again, Kaylin Clark ended up not only playing off the ball, she playing a small forward position. She got Kaylin Clark playing a small forward. No wonder she said, I want you to set hard screens. That lineup is good on pace, but not a starting lineup. Not at all. On pace, yes, you incorporate that lineup some point in the game, not starting out the game. So I'm sitting here like, that's why Kaylin Clark wasn't happy at all hearing the fact that Ari McDonald's going to start. You know her and Lexi is like this. So, wait a minute. What? Ari McDonald's a great point guard and a great spark off the bench. She held us down while Kaylin was out. That's what a great backup point guard does. But no, starting, is that what the Indiana Fever promised her? And why she didn't sign with nobody else? That, hey, we're gonna have you starting with Kaylin Clark. And is that why she held out on all the other teams and waited for the Fever to sign her back? I'm not sure. I just think it's weird. Why would you listen? And the fact that you got everybody back at this point, So your starting line, I ain't even got on Natasha Howard yet. I'm gonna get on Natasha Howard. Oh my goodness. But the fact that you got your starting lineup, Lexi, Caitlin, Kelsey, Natasha Howard, AB. That should be a starting lineup for sure. That should never change. I don't know why that changed. Then your backup, you got a 5 strong. You didn't even play Sid Colson, and Sid Colson been balling. Sid Colson been coming up with big steals. She's been a part of the success as the little bit of success the Fever had when Clark was out. Sid Colson played a big part in it. How did she DNP? See, because you can have Ari McDonald, Sid Colson, Sophie Cunningham, Dantas Demarius, and Michaela Timpson. You got a strong 5 off the bench that I think would work well together if you had put that whole 5, if you did a whole white swap. If you did the whole barrage swap, everybody out, this 5 in, you could switch it up like that. You can have Ari at the point, Sid at the 2, and she know how to pass and move and shoot the ball, play good defense, so she can run the 2 on the wing, Sophie at the 3. And that's rarely do you even have to do that. But the fact that you got a strong 5 now, and you didn't even utilize one of them for whatever dumbass reason, I'm confused. You start Ari McDonald when she should be the one coming off the bench, that spark off the bench when you got Caitlin Clark. And if she you want to put her in to relieve Lexi Hall, and now she's in with Caitlin Clark for a second before Sid Colson or Sophie Cunningham comes in to relieve Kelsey Mitchell, because that's what should happen. The first one off my bench would be Ari McDonald for Lexi Hall or Kelsey Pistol Mitchell, one or the other. Probably Kelsey Pistol Mitchell. I'm going to take Kelsey out quickly, put in Ari McDonald to run the 2, and hold down whoever's the best perimeter scorer they have, make her lock up. Then I'm going to bring in Sophie, take out Lexi. Now I got Caitlin Clark. Then I'll bring in Sid Colson, relieve Caitlin Clark of her duties, put Ari at the 1, and now you got Sid in there doing her stuff. And, of course, Dantas for AB and Timpson for Natasha Howard. But that's what I want to see. How many minutes can Natasha Howard get? And I'm just trying to figure out why. Especially when she only got 16 minutes, but still, even that, 1 for 4. She out there grabbed no rebound. Where is the rebounds? 2 rebounds. 2. You're doing nothing. You're not guarding nobody. You're giving up buckets. All of a sudden, now you don't know how to score now. You can't catch the ball. You can't catch a rebound. You can't catch a cold. Her play is disgusting. And again, you was playing respectable. So I don't understand how you go from playing respectable last year. You was balling last year, not even respectable. You had real good numbers last year. And then when Caitlin Clark go out, you got real good numbers. But every time Caitlin Clark is around, you just bumming it. And then I'm talking about I'm talking about simple things like just grabbing a rebound, for example. You had one possession, Natasha Howard she got 2 hands on the ball, and yet she still don't come up with the fucking rebound. I'm like, man, you just turned into straight garbage all of a sudden. Kelsey Pistol Mitchell, I don't know what's going on with you neither, because, man, when Kaylin is in the game, I don't why are you minus 16? Why are you 3 for 13? Why we not getting the same productivity no longer? What because y'all really look like y'all was playing uninspired. Kaylin Clark trying to hype it up and like, let's go. What's going on? Ari McDonald, you've been playing balling all this time. 2 for 9, 1 for 7. Minus 20 out here. 27 minutes. How did this happen? Lexi Hall lost in the shuffle. 2 for 7, 1 for 4 from the 3. Minus 14. How does this happen? Sophie Cunningham, listen, I'm going to need you to stay off of TikTok. You're going to have to start hitting your shots. Stay off of TikTok and start hit shots. Can you hit shots and stay off of TikToks? Enough is enough. Commercials, ads. I know you're trying to get your money and you came up off of doing what you did. Appreciate it. But now it seemed like, I don't know. Because you a shooter. You've been shooting horrible all season. Wide open threes, catch and shoot. The easiest three that a player can get, catch and shoot. If you knock down half of these shots like Lexi Hall been doing, except for this game, my goodness, will be very difficult to deal with. Shit. Michaela Timpson, baby girl, 19 minutes, 5 for 9. She played her heart out, but sometimes, like, she don't have a knack for the ball. Like, she get her deflections. It's like rebounds. She mistime them. It's a couple times she jumped too damn early. It's a couple times where it's like the ball right in front of her and her long arms, they're trying to get to him, but she just swipes and misses the damn ball. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Michaela Timpson, the ball be right here. She tried to go for it, and she missed the whole shit and then go somewhere else. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, man? What happened, man? What happened, man? This game was pathetic. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to everybody. This game was pathetic on every level possible. Man, listen. You are right. And shout out to Carmen, too. But, man, shout out to Stay Fly. My guy, your guy in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to Keith, man. And listen, man. Timpson, yeah, give her time for sure. No, she played good. But it just is frustrating when the ball be right there and she just misses it. And I'm like, stop missing that. So, but she definitely need more time. She need more time than what's the name? How many minutes she had? 19 minutes. Okay, so she got more minutes than Natasha. But again, she need to be starting. She need to get used to starting. And AB, I missed you. Hold on. AB, you resorting. I don't care. You was playing good, but you resorting back to that. You got to back somebody down all the way underneath the basket before you think you have to shoot the ball. Why? You wasn't doing that. You kind of had stopped doing that. That was a big pet peeve of mine, of yours last year that you was doing. I couldn't stand the dribble, bounce somebody. It's like, you don't understand. It's one bounce, go up, maybe 2 bounces. After 2 bounce, you got to be going up. You bounce. Pump fake. What the fuck? Go up. That big body, and you really be moving people. And I'm like, why don't you understand? Go up, really off the one bounce. Give somebody the good boom. Not with the shoulder, but with the body. Boom. But you was doing good. I don't understand. You've been doing that lately. You did that the last 2-3 games. I've seen you start to resort back to that old habit. Knock it off. I wish a coach could tell you, nip that shit in the butt right here, right now. That minus 25 is crazy work. 26 minutes, 2 for 8 from the field. 2 for 8. That ain't you. What is happening? How do y'all go from playing good to all of a sudden now Caitlin Clark is back and everybody just on some bullshit? And that's again, yes, VBS and let me see. White system sucks, Carmen 12 says. Yes, that's confusing the players. It's not even her system kind of, but it's now you incorporating Caitlin Clark back into the mix, and you trying to have her do some weird shit, and they confused. They like, what? Okay, so Caitlin gonna be on off ball. So wait, throw it to her on the break or throw it to Ari. Who's the point guard now? Now they don't even know who the fuck the point guard is. So they out there confused and they're now trying to figure out how are we doing this. We got Ari and Caitlin on the floor together. And again, I love Ari McDonald. Love her. We need her on this team. Not as the starter, though. And to me, it's like any coach would know that. You got Caitlin without Caitlin. Yes. Smart to start her. With Caitlin Clark back on the floor, she goes back to being a sixth man. You don't bench Lexi Hall, who I understand Ari McDonald is a dog defensively. Lexi Hall is a bigger dog defensively. She's a bigger dog. Ari McDonald's a dog. But Lexi Hall is a taller dog. So both dogs, one is taller though. One been playing with Caitlin Clark for the last 2 years and is best friends with her. So has better chemistry on the floor with Lexi Hall than Ari McDonald. And so if you got Caitlin Clark coming back into the lineup, why would you give her something she's never played with? We need this win. We 9-9. We don't want to go below 500. This is a must win. Somebody's moving up in the rankings. They already beat us once too. This is a must win. We get home. Why in the hell would you start Ari McDonald over Lexi Hall? Because defensively, they both dogs, and Lexi Hall is taller, can guard taller players. They both can shoot the three. Lexi Hall percentage shooting the three is even better than Ari McDonald's. You don't need another ball handler and decision maker if Caitlin Clark is back. So what sense did it make to start her? And the fact that you're not even having Sid Colston come in at all. So it ain't like you started her because you plan on using Sid Colston to be the backup point guard. I don't know. It didn't make any sense. And no wonder Caitlin Clark was not feeling it. Now, I'm sure she did a press conference interview. Let me look on here first. Then we're going to go and look at that next and react to this press conference. I'm sure they should have had by now. Because this is foolish beyond foolish, ladies and gentlemen. 3 hours ago. No, so that's not it. 20 hours ago. So no, not yet. No press conference yet, huh? Let me know when the press conference comes on, ladies and gentlemen, so I can react to that and we can all watch that together and go over that. Let me know, please. When y'all get a notification, the press conference is out, please put it in the chat because we're going to react to that. Because I want to see what Caitlin Clark got to say about this bullshit. I want to see if she, because she feeling herself right now. The way she just traded Cheryl Reeves' ass, yeah, it's time to trade. It's time to talk about trading Stephanie White before All-Star break. Can we trade? She needs to make a reference. Can we trade her? I need Stephanie White traded now. I want to trade her for the New York Liberty coach. I want her. Or we'll take the Valkyries coach. We definitely take her. We definitely take her. I like her. She's a good coach. I need to learn her name. I like her whole swag. She wears black every game. Every game. She in uniform. She in uniform. She not playing no games. I like her. Her whole energy. Her whole energy. I like her. CC in that Liberty jersey is going to go crazy. Oh, yeah, that'll go crazy. That'll go crazy. Stop it. She ain't going nowhere. They ain't gonna let her go nowhere. Lexi is the hey man. Oh man. This is just wild bill business. I can't believe this. That they really gonna use Caitlin Clark like this. And that's what I mean. And the cold twist about it all is Caitlin Clark is gonna be the scapegoat. She gonna be the fall guy for it all. She gonna be the fall guy for it all. Adrian Bowman, I feel you. I hear you. She gonna be the fall guy every time. Every time they don't look good or they lose. And guess what? Until now, I wonder what their record is with Caitlin Clark. What's the record with Caitlin Clark? I know it's bad now. Before the injuries, it was good. But we gonna be the fall. She gonna be the fall guy. Yes, indeed. New York Liberty coach is from Australia. Yeah, she would benefit Caitlin Clark beautifully. Beautifully. See, she would that coach for the Liberty, they 5-5, right? And that's with Caitlin Clark playing like shit the last 3 games before the injury, the so-called injury, and all of that. And before that, they had a winning record. 5-5 with CC now. Before they had a winning, and that's just her first, with her playing 24 minutes. I believe if she played her regular minutes, 34 plus minutes, we win that game. We win that game. If she played 34 plus minutes, we win that game. But since the minute restriction, okay, then that's out. Minute restriction, she 24 minutes, we getting whooped. All right, let's keep getting whooped then. We'll see. I'm interested to hear what Caitlin Clark got to say about the way they play, the system, the Ari start. I know she didn't like that. Y'all think she liked that? When they told her Lexi Hall's out the starting lineup and we inserting Ari McDonald. That. If I'm Caitlin Clark, I'm tripping. I'm upset about that. Huh? Lexi's been playing great. Ari's been playing great, but Ari plays my position. Ari don't play Lexi Hall's position. I don't play Lexi Hall's position. Kelsey Mitchell doesn't play Lexi Hall's position. Why is Lexi Hall not starting again? I can understand if Ari was a small forward and she was way better than Lexi Hall. But no, she's a point guard. True point guard. Love her point guard status. All right, that's almost basically saying, do you want me out? Wow, are you going to start 2 point guards? See, Golden State Warriors understood. They had a player before Steph got there by the name of damn it. Yeah. What's his name? Who was the scorer? He was short, guard. Loved him. Could dunk on people, all of that. He had complete game. If you know in the chat, you go. You nice. You crazy nice. If you know the name I'm talking about. Because it slipped my mind. Stephen Greekly, you motherfucker. Smart man. Monte Ellis. No, not Baron. Monte Ellis. You got it right. Monte Ellis was their star player. He was their main dude. But he was same position as Steph. You had needed the ball, all of that type of stuff. And so what the Warriors did is what they were supposed to do. Traded him. Now, I'm not saying we should trade Ari McDonald, maybe Kelsey Mitchell, we might should, but not, I'm just saying, you don't put 2 players on the floor that's same caliber that both need the ball in their hands to look good. The reason why Ari McDonald looked good all this time that Caitlin was out, it was because she had the ball in her hand operating the offense and knew the offense better than the players that's been there because she studied film more than they do. And so she knew what to do. Boom, boom, boom. She get to run the offense. Ball in her hand. Now, when Caitlin come back, you take the ball out of her hand. Now, she not in her regular way of playing. If you take the ball out of Caitlin's hand, now she not in her regular way of playing. Now you just messed up 2 players. It's like trying to have 2 quarterbacks in the offense at once. It's like you got a quarterback and one under center and one behind the quarterback. Thinking like they're a receiver. Yeah, block. I want you to block when we run the ball. Pressure happening. Thank you, Mark. But yeah, that's what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. That's crazy work. It's like you can't have 2 quarterbacks on the floor at the same damn time. Are you dumb or just stupid? I don't get it. So yeah, let's go over here. Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Indiana Fever Press. Let's see. Let's see. I don't see nothing yet. It ain't on my feed yet. Is it on Indiana Fever's page? Is it on Indiana Fever's page? Fire White or the fans will. Yes. Yes, Mitch, I agree. Not Baron Davis, no Monte Ellis. We already talked about that, Mark. But I don't see it. I don't see it yet. I was working and didn't get to watch what the hell actually happened. 19-point loss. Yeah, we'll get into it. Scott Ains. Yeah, nah, Scott be copywriting people's stuff. I'm gonna wait till the Fever. Let me know when the Fever put it on their stuff. When the Fever put it on their stuff, yeah, now Scott Ains, I'm not sure how. I think I don't. You got to be careful with Scott. You got to be careful with Scott. So you got to let Scott do his thing. Shout out to Scott, no problem. You know, I respect it, I understand it. But Indiana Fever, they let you get away with reacting to their stuff. So without no copyright strikes and things like that. So when they posted That's when, and they're posted shortly after. I think they like to do they editing or whatever the case may be. But yeah, we can't watch it live like that. I might can listen on here, but no, I want to do it right. I want to do it right. Don't trip. We're gonna do it though. We're gonna do it. Just a kid from Brooklyn says as long as they stay at or above 500 and make to the playoffs, they have time to get it together now that they are healthy. Yeah, no doubt. No, it's no panic button. It's definitely no panic button that we push it. And I'm not that worried and concerned. What I'm concerned is this how we gonna run? Is this the type of style we gonna play? Is this how they gonna use Caitlin Clark? Are they going to continue to have Ari McDonald in the starting lineup with Caitlin Clark? Or is she gonna change that immediately? That's the question. It ain't about being one game, 2 games. That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. You can't have Ari playing a point guard and Caitlin Clark playing a point guard. They both playing a 2 guard. You either got one of them playing a 2 guard, which neither one of them do, or you got one of them playing. It's just all over the place. It's definitely. You have the best point guard in the league on your team, and arguably the best player, in the league on your team, and they play point guard. And so you don't need another point guard on the floor with her starting out the game. Again, you can put that in as the game goes on. Yeah, you can throw that lineup in there, throw her in there with Caitlin Clark. That's smooth. But this is the Caitlin Clark show. You just gave the keys. You took the key. Just think about this too. How crazy that is on so many accounts. Let me read VBS. We lucky Asia got injured because we for sure got to stay around 500. Think about this. Caitlin Clark playing MVP level basketball every time she's on the court for real, for the most part, and playing the point guard, and you take her off the ball. How does that make any sense? I know she's not happy about this shit. I'm gonna tell you like this. I was about to say something else. I lost the train of thought though. But I know Caitlin is not happy with this. We gotta trade this coach, man. Let her keep shooting 27-foot 3-pointers and see how many games that work out. Oh, it works out. Yeah, it works out. It's been working out her whole career. Gets her the national championship games back to back, which a lot of players can't do that, even just getting there. Took a team who don't have really no top-notch WNBA players alongside of her, took them to 2 national titles. Yeah, by shooting 27 30-footers. And get it right, it's really 30-footers, 29-footers. Let's get it right. Last year took a team that ain't been in the playoffs since 2016, back-to-back number 1 picks. So it was back-to-back worst teams in the league, coming off of a 9-win and 13-win season, and end up going to the playoffs with a 20-win season with the most craziest schedule starting out last year. Turning it all the way around from, I think, only 6 wins in the first half of the season to being the hottest team in the second half of the season. Scariest team. So she showed that her 30-footers, that works. It wins. Now, what happens is, like I told y'all, if a coach try to take you out your zone, they can and they don't coach you right. Oh, that's crazy work. Especially when you're the point guard. It's like, what? it's confusing too. It's all the same too. It's like, huh? Why are we doing this? That don't make. It's like because point guards are coaches on the floor, so they understand what works. So when you tell them something that don't make sense, it's like, what? Anybody can be like, huh? Did I hear you correctly? You starting Ari McDonald, sitting Lexi. Huh? I might as well stay injured. Well, shit, I might. What the fuck? Why are we starting Ari McDonald? Like, to me, that's the question I would have to ask the coach if I'm Caitlin Clark. Why? And again, no disrespect to Ari McDonald. Love her game. But I got to ask why. How does that make sense? You talking about we're less predictable when I'm off the ball. That sounds so idiotic. That's so dumb. I bet you Lisa Bluter and them pulling their fucking hair out. Lisa Bluter like, what? Now, it's one thing that you can put her off the ball. She bring the ball up, pass the ball, and you got her coming off some screens to set her up to come off and catch and shoot. That's one thing off the ball. But it's a totally different thing when you just got to sit in the corner or coming up. And I ain't even got on the refs yet. We got to get on the refs right after this. We got to get on the refs right after this. White keeps saying CC can't bring up the ball because of full court pressure, but CC been dealing with that her whole life. Correct. Correct, though. She's the best. She's at her best when she can do such thing. Shout out to Rosecrans in the building. Hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Poe, would you do anything different if you didn't want to lose? This is exactly what you do if you want to lose. Tank. Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, hey, again, we'll see. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how long will Caitlin Clark be on minute restriction. Because, again, I think if she plays 34 minutes, even with all what was going on, because if she played 34 minutes, we win the game. If Caitlin get 10 more minutes than what she got tonight, we win the game. So now the referees. Caitlin Clark is becoming, it's disgusting, honestly. I'm a guy that I don't complain about fouls. I'm a real, when I used to play, I played very great defense. When I coach, I'm all about defense, moving and playing physical defense, but playing right, moving your feet, don't reach, don't play defense with your hands. The referees are going to call that on you. Don't give them no reason to call that on you. Cut that player off. Anticipate where they're going. If anything, watch their hip area. Don't watch the ball. Force them to the offhand. Let's make them use their offhand. Make them pass with their offhand. Make them try to finish with their offhand. Make them show us they're good with both hands. That's first. That's first things first. Defensively, first things first is I want you to force your player to their offhand. So if we scout them and they're left-handed, force them right. Make them show us they can pass, dribble, shoot with their offhand. Prove to me first. Now, if I know from scouting that you are great with both hands, I still want to force you as much as I can to your offhand because you still, whatever weakness you got, your strong hand you're going to be better with, period. So I don't want you to get to your strong hand at all. So we locked in on forcing you to where you're not as comfortable, even if you're good with it. But a lot of these WNBA players and even NBA players, they're not good with their offhand. If they're good with dribbling, they might not be that good with finishing, comfortable with their offhand. There's only you would believe it or not, there's only a few professional players nowadays that can finish with both hands and dribble with both hands and pass with both hands. Only a few. So again, man, it's simple mathematics. You gotta coach this shit. You got Ari McDonald out there with Caitlin Clark. It just again makes no sense when you got Lexi Hall. Set Lexi Hall on the bench. Think about it, Pope. The WNBA bring in Coach White and DB from Connecticut. All teams Connecticut. That is why I say what I say. Connecticut Huskies, Connecticut Sun, Gino. Oh, yeah, buddy. That's amazing. How is she weak? Laugh my ass off. They have her off ball. That's a coaching problem. That's like taking Reese away from the net. I mean, oh yeah, let the haters hate. They can have fun. And the thing is, what I've come to realize for sure is that they are very delusional. The angel greasers, and it's no talking to them. It's no, it's no talking to them. Those type of people you can't talk to. You really can't. Can't even talk nothing logical. But yeah, man, this is amazing, man. I am very appalled by the way we played. But I'm not, again, I told you I wanted to see. That's why I didn't do a pregame show, right? We did a show, something different. And we was talking about something else. I forget already. But yeah, it wasn't even about the game tonight for real. Because I got to see how we going to play. How they playing it. What I heard yesterday, I'm like, oh, no, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. I already knew it wasn't going to work. I told y'all we about to get our ass whooped. Did I say? I said we about to get our ass whooped. I think that's what I did say in my life. I said we about to get our ass whooped. If we come out and play the way they said, I told you we was going to get our ass whooped. All right, beautiful. We got media availability. Okay, we'll start. Let's go. Let's go. Let's react. Let's react. We got media availability now. Let's get to that. All right, let's go back. Pull it up. Let's take a listen.
Galen, we'll start with you. Just how did it, first of all, feel to be out there? And second of all, what do you think the offense was just so disjointed here today?
It felt good to be out there. I thought we started really well. I thought we were competitive. I thought we played with energy in the first 5 minutes. And then, when they kind of went on their first run, it kind of deflated us a little bit, which I'm not really sure why. But
first 5 minutes, she was on the floor. Felt good. That's what I was saying, right? She was smooth. Everything was Gucci. And they kind of went on a run. I don't know what happened. Yeah, you do. You went to the bench.
The offense, I think, for us, it starts on defense, and we, struggled, scouting report wise, we struggled personnel, we struggled to do what the coaches asked of us. And then, overall, we just played with more energy and effort. And, those are the things that just can't happen. So, it's every single person on our team, and, nobody played well today. And, you should look yourself in the mirror and find ways where you can get better, and come back to practice tomorrow and then play again on Friday.
Caitlin, how do you feel from a conditioning standpoint? And then for Lexi, defensively, why do you think you all were so disjointed that maybe led to some of those, 3-point shooting for them, really?
Yeah, I mean, it's going to take me a second to get my win back. Like I said, there's not really anything that can replicate it than a true game. And, I felt pretty good. I was trying to play, shorter stints, but, sometimes it's almost harder to sit on the bench and then come back into the game. So I was just kind of finding a balance of that. But just trying to get my legs under me there in the fourth quarter and get my win back.
Remember, she's not a fan of this restriction stuff. And these are the reasons why. Because it's like you can get hurt by doing that. If you're going 100 miles, you start out going 100 miles an hour, then all of a sudden you got to just stop. And then you ask to sit out for a minute, then go back in. Now you got to start over again and try to ramp it back up. You're more likely to get injured doing that type of shit too. So listen, it's all kind of ways and possibilities of injuries. You just got to play and go. She shouldn't have to come out the game unless she's tired, winded. Then, yes, I'll tell you, if you're tired and winded, let me know. Because I expect you to be tired and winded since this is your first game back. You ain't played in 5 games. Understandable. But I'm not trying to just, okay, she played 5 minutes. Let me take her out real quick. What? She just getting her feet up under her. Relax.
A little bit, which will come over the next few games. But, yeah.
I would say defensively, Caitlin kind of mentioned it. Our coaches do a great job of giving us scout on every player. And I think collectively we didn't do a good job at taking away the stuff that their team likes to do and making them do things they don't want to do. We didn't do a good job of that. We also gave up some timely offensive rebounds that they do a great job of kicking it out, getting open looks, getting open threes late in the game. I think it really just comes down to effort and us not locking in mentally and following the scouting report.
Why are we not following the scouting report? Are we not trusting our coaches? Are we not believing what they say to us is 100? That it has to be a disconnect if you're not following. If your coaches are doing a great job, like you said, Lexi, and I'm gonna take your word. I'm gonna call you a lie, but I'm just saying. Are you guys not really listening to them as much as you should be because somewhere there's a disconnect? Maybe with how you're playing offensively, or maybe you're sitting the bench again when you've been playing amazing for not somebody at your position, but for somebody at Caitlin's position. Could that be some of the reasons?
Kind of off that note, Lexi, you guys had such a great week last week with, the big wins, and then having some of these losses recently. Do you feel like that's just a matter of inconsistency when you kind of look at like what you guys are capable of and kind of where you are at right now? And how do you guys, is it going back to that effort and that energy that you feel like is the biggest difference between like where you guys are at your height and where you are like right now?
For sure. I think, our team, we have a lot of inconsistency. We raise to the occasion when we're playing for 30,000, and then we need to bring that level of focus and that level of energy every single day. It's really hard to win in this league. And I think, we need to focus every game because all of these games matter when September, October comes. So it's really just going to come to us, and we really need to regroup, turn the page, learn from this, and come with a better mindset on Friday.
Yeah.
Notice, Tashi, it's a lot of mindset, and it again, that's because that's what it got to be. If your coaches is coming with good scouting reports, good game plans, but y'all not really hearing them for real, because of whatever it is, the disconnect of whatever, I don't know. But it's a disconnection somewhere when you're not listening to your coaches. And they got great scouting reports, and they got great game plans. But yeah, you guys are just not executing them. There's a reason for that. And then we say we got to get mentally locked in. Well, y'all was just locked in, and it can't just be for the 30,000. Okay, well, some other games y'all was looking a lot better than what y'all look tonight. So what happened tonight? Lexi knows, but she can't say. But something happened because she keeps talking about how mentally this, that, and the other. So What just happened? And it's up to us to have to come together and play the right way with energy and all of that. So, yeah, why did y'all just lose energy all of a sudden? Caitlin Clark comes back, y'all lose energy. Y'all not listening to the scouting report. You're not listening to the game plan. Interesting.
See, is there any mindset change for you coming off the bench versus starting, or how does that change things for you, if at all?
It doesn't. I think, just coming out and doing what I'm asked to the best of my ability. We play with a million rotations, so it doesn't really change much when we're out on the court, regardless of whether I'm starting or not. And I think just, coming out with as much effort as I can.
For either of
It definitely changes everything. That, again, that's you misspeaking. That's not the truth, Lexi. You've been inconsistent in the starting lineup. DeWanna Bonner started for like 2 games, and you've been a starter ever since. You ended the season last year starting. So the fact that you didn't get to start starting out the season, but yet you did immediately right after and haven't left since. And all of a sudden, for a player, again, no disrespect to Ari McDonough, but you get benched for a player y'all just picked up a few months ago who don't even play the same position as you and play similar to what you do as far as defensively, but you play even better defensively. So that just makes no sense. Ari McDonough is a great defender. Lexi Hall is a better defender. Ari McDonough is a dog. She going to hustle. Lexi Hall hustles and puts her body on the line more than anybody on the team, probably more than anybody in the league. She will run through a brick wall, literally, and get right back up. Even if she crashed into one, she'll get right back. When you think Lexi is fucked up because she did bop, and you be like, ooh, and Lexi get right back up. Like, yeah, let's go. I'm good. I'm like, damn. So it does matter, especially when you take a taller player who can defend even taller players, because Lexi can take on 1 through 4. She ain't gonna be just as great at sticking the 4s as she is the 1 through 3, but she'll cause a little commotion with 4s and make it very difficult for them. She'll foul, she'll scrape. I didn't see her guard Bree Stu, one of the best 4s of all times, and Lexi got in her shit. We just seen her lock up. I mean, Alyssa Smith not saying much, but Lexi is great. Much better to have on the floor, especially, and then the chemistry these two have on top of it. The chemistry they have with each other. So why would you substitute one of Caitlin Clark's best targets? Not just best friends. That's one of her best targets. Lexi Hall, since she's been playing with Caitlin Clark, has become a sharpshooter. Go look at what Lexi Hall was shooting behind the three-point line before Caitlin Clark came. She wasn't a good three-point shooter. She ended up, I believe she was actually low, but I'm not going to bust her out like that. I'm not going to do that to her. I'm just saying. So you take away one of Caitlin Clark's best targets and players and friends on the team out the lineup with her. That already in itself is weird for Caitlin or even Ari McDonough. She's like, damn, really? Ari McDonough probably can't even believe it. Like, you gonna start me? Like, I know I've been balling, but we got the GOAT back. She plays the same position I play. I thought I would come in for her, not play on alongside of her. or her alongside of me. Kelsey Mitchell is 5'5", 5 foot nothing. She's playing the wing. Ari McDonald's 5 foot nothing. Natasha Howard, she can't grab a rebound and save her life. So only ones you got out there that's capable of grabbing rebounds, your main rebounders is Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark. When you put Lexi Hall on the bench, not only is she a great defensive player, she really gets so many rebounds. Hustle rebounds, too. She get her hands on all the balls. She does every game. Even when she having bad shooting nights, she going to come up with steals, come up with rebounds, timely rebounds, too. You don't have her in the starting lineup? Sabotage at its finest, man. Y'all know as soon as Caitlin Clark got cooking, you set her on the bench. As soon as she got cooking, 2-pointer, 3-pointer, assist, and she had about 3 rebounds at the time, too. She already had about 3 rebounds in 5 minutes. She was on triple-double watch when she took her out in the first quarter. Caitlin Clark was on triple-double watch. She had 5 points, about 3 rebounds, and 1 or 2 assists already in the first quarter. She was definitely on triple-double watch. And like I said, if she played 34 minutes and don't come out in the first quarter like that and all that, we win this game handily. So again, I'm not too concerned. I just want to know, how long are we doing this minute restriction thing? She gonna play 24 minutes Friday night too? 22 minutes, something like that. And we're gonna get our ass whooped again. If you do this again, we're gonna get our ass whooped again. You better leave her in. Take her out only when necessary, when she need a breather. Don't go messing with her. Shout out to Gardenia Blossoms in the building. Why did she think it was a good idea to start Ari? That's bizarre to me. Yeah, it is. But let's go. Damn, I forgot. Who was doing this?
The review, I feel like we've, over the last several weeks, heard several times you got to know personnel, you didn't know the scouting report. How long do you feel like this has been a continued theme that you guys are trying to overcome?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just speaks to what Lexi just said, our inconsistency, and that's on us. We know that, and we know we have to be better in that. And, we're going to find a way to fix it, certainly, but we've showed glimpses of when we can do that and when we can beat the best teams in this league. And, I guess you can find that as a positive, but, you got to stop losing the ones that you're very capable of winning. And, Golden State's a really good team. They're well coached. They do things really well. They play everyone close. But I think we kind of shot ourselves in the foot. And even though we shot 30% and 22% from the field, yeah, that stinks. And we didn't make very many baskets across the board, other than really KK was really the only one to really shoot well. We can still find a way to win. We got to get to the free throw line more. We got to do whatever it takes to find a way to win and not let that be deflating toward our defense.
Last one for me, Caitlin. What did you think of the way KK played and just the progress she's made throughout the season? In addition to the points and rebounds, she had 3 steals today as well.
Yeah, I think she's been tremendous. The athleticism that she has, she blocks shots. She gets her hands in passing lanes. And I think she's still navigating kind of how we're playing and figuring that out and getting minutes under her belt. But she's going to be a great asset for us as we go forward here. And I'm just really proud of her. She comes in every single day, works as hard as she can, is a great teammate. And when her number's been called, she's really produced. So,
hey, bump all of that. Hey, I forgot to ask, what is the free throw discrepancy? Please let me know in the chat, somebody. What was the free throw disparity? How many team free throws? How many did we shoot? How many did Valkyrie shoot? Please, somebody lace my boots in the chat. Ask, please. Shout out to Ken Crossan, the Texas Troop in the building. Yeah. I never heard CC sound like this. Shaking my head. Yeah. She's down and out. She not feeling what's going on, and she know what she's saying is not the truth. What was the free throw discrepancy? I need to know that. Somebody please put that in the chat for me. I can't even move further because I know it was crazy. We can't get to the line. I still ain't even got on the ref's ass yet. 16-21 Golden State, 13-14 Indiana. So they shot 21 free throws to our 14. That's not crazy. 21-14. Thank you. That's not that, but 7 more free throws. It seemed like even more than that, but that's what it is. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying, yeah. I don't know if it's the timely ones, but it seemed like they just kept putting them to the line too. Every little thing they blow the whistle for them. Meanwhile, they getting to keep pushing, holding Clark from moving. You cannot use your hands playing basketball. Every time they do this, that is a foul. That's foul 1-on-1. You can't use your hands to slow a person down. CC shot 0 free throw. You cannot use your hands to slow somebody down from going from one place. They do it with Kaylin. Every time she's about to come off a screen, they grab her. Anytime man, it's all game, every game. How is she able to play basketball when she keeps getting held, pushed, grabbed every play? I'm not even exaggerating. It's almost every play. And the girls keep getting away with it. They just get away with it all game. All game. How is they trying to really take Caitlin Clark out of this league, bro? Caitlin Clark looking at the ref and the ref was looking at her, just the dark-skinned bald-head one. It was 2 bald-head ones. It was one dark-skinned bald-head one who Caitlin was like, man, that's a foul. And he just looked at her like, I know, but I have been instructed. Nothing is a foul against you, baby. I have been instructed to only call 1 or 2 fouls for you. We got long game. I'm away. I'm trying to save you. This is what he thinking. Little do you know, I'm trying to save you for the end of the game. So I can say I gave you your 2 fouls at the end of the game. And that's what I'm like. Wow. That's what I'm like. Wow. You you can't. Everybody trying to slow this girl down. Refs holding her. Coach holding her back. Refs holding her back. The players is literally holding her back. The league is holding her back. No fucking doubt about it. Wow. That's amazing. So again, we'll see. We'll see how long this lasts. How much, how long until Caitlin gonna get tired of this? Because the way she's sounding, again, we'll see.
So it's really awesome to see the way she's playing, and I know she'll keep it up going forward.
Steph, they were coming in here talking about lack of focus, lack of knowing the game plan. How do you summarize kind of what you saw out there?
I was disappointed because I felt like there was a lack of competitive fire. With the exception of about 2 5-minute spurts, our attention to detail was poor. I'm not sure if it's not knowing the game plan as much as, because if it's not knowing the game plan, then that's a whole nother conversation, as much as not executing the game plan. Our attention.
They don't like your game plan. Yeah, you're pissed because they're not listening to you. They're like, what? I told y'all. Look how she's saying it. She like, yeah, no, they didn't compete. Yeah, they didn't. It didn't look like they was playing. And because they obviously know what's up too. And what y'all doing to Caitlin Clark ain't cool. Why are you? Because that don't make sense for the whole team, for you to take the best point guard in the league off the ball. They all like they're not happy with that. They all like, that's weird. Kelsey, AB especially. Like do you see my numbers with Caitlin Clark and me? And now if she can let go to her head, oh, you need Caitlin Clark to be nice, and she want to try to show people, no, I don't. I was an all-star before Caitlin Clark came. Then I don't know if she moving with that type of mentality. I doubt it. So I don't think she happy with this new offense that y'all taking the ball out of. Like, we didn't see no pick and rolls with Caitlin Clark and AB, which has been working when she's on the floor all season long. They've been cooking out of the pick and roll, AB, Caitlin Clark. We didn't see no pick and roll action with Caitlin Clark and AB tonight.
Attention to detail, undisciplined. I felt like our energy.
I'm glad she's saying it's undisciplined. Do you know what happens? You know whose fault it is when you have an undisciplined team? When you have a team that doesn't want to play for you, don't want to listen to your game plan, your scouting. Do you know what that means? That means they don't like you. That means they don't like your game plan. I don't know if they don't like you. They might like you as a person. I'll take that back. They probably love you. Them not liking how you coaching and loving the person who you are is two totally different things. Not the same thing. They not feeling what you're talking about. If a team is playing uninspired basketball, not listening to the scouting report, not executing properly, not being disciplined, that is coach. It's coaching. That's coaching. When your team gives up on you, you lost. It sounds like you losing the locker room, lady. Uh-oh. Looking like somebody from the Addams family around it. Uncle Fester looking ass mother.
Energy and our competitive fire was not there, and that's disappointing.
I guess, why do you think you had some of these inconsistencies when it comes to focus and engagement, things like that?
I'd say discipline more so than focus. I think this is a group that focuses, but you can focus, and then you have to be able to go out and be disciplined enough to execute it, right?
So again, I'm glad you keep saying this. So you think you have an undisciplined team, obviously. They can focus, they can lock in. They're just not disciplined. Who does that fall on? When a football team has the most penalties, they're an undisciplined football team. We blame that on the coach. He's supposed to practice good habits. When a team just constantly fouls all game long, and so on and so forth.
I'm not sure. We're as coaches, that's our job to figure it out. Why it is. You've seen it in spurts. You've seen it in moments. You've seen it with certain lineups. So finding those lineups that we've seen it with consistently, and maybe keeping those together. There's always going to be adjustments when you're working people back into the lineup. There's no question about that. But the
people
competitiveness and the attention to detail, and willingness to play with multiple levels of effort. Prime examples when we get defensive stops, but then they get multiple offensive rebounds. That's 1-2. That's competitive fire. And that's unacceptable.
Yeah, you had that lineup change, kind of putting Caitlin in for Lexi instead of Ari. Just what did you like about Caitlin and Ari starting the game together and Lexi coming off the bench?
Yeah, I like the ability to have two primary ball handlers on the floor, particularly with a team that comes aggressively, in the two-man game. being able to play off of one another, being able to.
Kelsey Mitchell can handle the ball. You have two ball handlers in Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark. So you mean 3 ball handlers now?
Give the opponent some different looks, and quite frankly, for C specifically, not having to have her play under duress 94 feet the entire time she's on the floor. So there were some things that we liked about it.
So you don't think she can handle that?
There are some things that we don't. So we'll continue to work with that.
Just in general, with Caitlin returning to the floor today, a little short of 25 minutes. How did you think she looked out there? And she said like it might take a little bit of time for her to get her win back, but nothing, just kind of the normal thing you'd expect out of that point.
Yeah, I thought there were periods of time where she really looked good. I was really pleased, especially the first play of the game with, I think she had like 2 or 3 deflections on that first possession defensively. I don't know, maybe I'm naive, but I don't worry about Caitlin getting back into the flow offensively. I worry about, I wouldn't say worry, but I think my biggest concern is when we reintegrate her, how do we continue to keep our ball movement and getting the ball going, not just side to side, but baseline to baseline. But I was a little bit concerned, defensively, just lots of movement, lots of lateral movement. I thought she looked good at times, and I think that's just building consistency and building her endurance and all of that. So I was pleased.
In the mini part of the performance, Timpson had a wonderful game all around. What kind of growth have you seen from her, steadily like that, or just waiting for that kind of moment?
Yeah, it's been steady growth. She's been earning more minutes. For every young player, coming into the league, particularly post position, it's learning the feel and her ability to continue to grow, continue to get her work in outside of practice time with Keith, our player development coach, and being ready when her number's called. I mean, you can see she's got really good instincts on the defensive end of the floor. She's continuing to find her way on the offensive end of the floor. She's bouncy, so she gives us a different type of look, on the interior, and there's no substitute for experience. So in some areas where opponents might take advantage, it's just experience. And I think she's come so far in these last 4 or 5 games, and anticipate her continued growth.
I know you mentioned a little bit about like Caitlin and integrating herself back in the offense, but in general, with shooting 31%, some of the turnovers, what did you think was the biggest issue on that end of the floor?
Yeah, I think our decision making was not very good. At times I felt like we passed up open shots early, sometimes in shot clock, and then over penetrated, and we weren't getting.
All right, she's giving me a major headache, man. I can't listen to this lady. I can't listen to this lady's lies. Look up body language of arms folded, and you got everything you need to know about this coach. But listen, man, this lady right here, she's not good for us. She's not good for us at all. She's not good for the Caitlin Clark squad, and that's just the way it is. So, hey, we gotta hold our hats and see what's going on. We'll see. Let me know what y'all think, man. I'm gonna come back probably tonight. And we're going to get back reading, doing a nice little read, probably a little 30-minute to an hour read session. So come back for it, man. I gladly appreciate it. This book is off the chain. We're going to get into the first chapter of the book. So make sure y'all come in, tune in, hit the like button. Even if you just tap in and say, what's up, Pope? That'll be smooth as well. It's the Pope. Peace and love, man. I'm out.